I just climbed the most extreme mountain in Indonesia without any idea what I was in for.
I'm very proud to have submitted Mount Raung, the most challenging mountain in Indonesia. Yeah.
I mean, this mountain is, I think it's more difficult than Semeru.
The toughest second to Portsdown in all my climbs so far.
I've been thinking of climbing Mount Raung for quite a while, so I went around asking people that have done it. Then everyone's telling me, hey, sure very easy one, sure no problem one. So I went around asking people, the same people that did Semeru last year, and then I just didn't really think much about their fitness level or like their technical abilities or anything. So I was thinking, just go lah. I mean, everyone say very easy one. So yeah, so I just went around asking anyone.
Like free shirt inside after they wear.
Depends really.
I will wear one shirt inside plus this.
Okay.
Only one shirt, no long sleeve, T-tag.
Semeru also, I wear free shirt and a jacket.
And the only question that I always ask him is that, is this harder than Semeru?
You say that easier than Semeru, that means can do it one.
This way, he will say that, oh, this one very easy. It's just a bit more technical. Technical, my dude.
Okay, I went to church, then I ran into Gabriel, and then Gabriel was like, hey Gwen, you want to climb mountain or not? Then he said, below $500, some amazing price.
So I asked, is there any girls going? They say, yeah, one. Okay, then also I go, so just nice, we have sleeping body.
I think Gabriel conned me into this again. Go visit them. Do they recognize you?
Yes, so for this mountain trip, I'm slightly more prepared than the previous one because I got a hiking stick. Yeah. Borrowed one from my friend Dennis. Thanks, Dennis.
It's going to be the first new experience that I'm going to do a volcanic crater summit. The train was nice not because of the ride itself, but the people that we see on the train. The kids were just barefooted.
And then, wow, it was so uncomfortable. And then he told us the train ride was, I think, 6 hours.
It's the 90-degree seat one, so you sit upright.
It was like a never-ending train ride.
By the time we should train station, it was really dark.
And I was quite stupid because I was carrying my backpack to the kampong from the train while all the rest of the team had the backpack given to the motorcyclists. So I was trying my best to actually balance myself with the 15 kg backpack on my back.
Are you fine?
Yes, very fine.
I was a bit shocked to see the condition of the place.
They left us the whole living room and a bedroom. So the guys had to sleep in the living room, and there were flies on the floor. But I got to sleep on some sort of bedding inside the room lah. So I thank God I'm a girl.
Mattress, bed bugs, not my type.
Finally have a nice meal.
I was shocked when I see PeiMun's bag is like macam going Orchard Road, so small. There's like one finger I can lift with. Yeah, I asked him to carry my bag. Wow, I really cannot carry.
NK pack so much stuff, he can straight pull out a sleeping bag.
Since Semeru, I think this one should be quite easy.
No, it's not easy. You know, like Puncak Sejati. This is the name of Raung mountain, and this is the Extremest Indonesian mountain.
Extremist?
Yeah.
Extreme.
Yeah, extreme. Really extreme.
Gabriel says it's easier than Semeru.
5 a.m. and it's very bright. Look.
This is our guide one.
You use one hand, you use one hand.
I think I underpack. I think this is okay. I think mine is okay.
I think everyone was quite positive because they all believed the mountain was quite easy. Even I believed the mountain was quite easy because that's what I heard from people. So that's what I told all of them.
Before this trip, I was thinking, can I make it to the summit? Because I haven't been exercising for a year since I quit my job.
Because last trip we didn't have enough water, so we decided like, I don't think they will make the same mistake again. So we just say, got water? Yeah. That's it. We start to move off.
First post till 3 or 4, it will be not so really hard. But at 5 till 7, it's a little bit harder. That's only the route.
And I was like, huh? It's so near. Then after that, they were like, no, everything gets further and further progressively. And it was really true because I didn't believe them when they said it. So I just continued walking, right? And then after a while, I was like, when is this going to end? Because you're just walking through a bunch of trees for like half of eternity. They all look the same. And it's like for the whole day.
After a few hundred meters, I started to feel tired.
And this keep coming at you for the next probably like what, 7, 8 hours? 8 hours continuously.
Why are you fucking doing this?
Easier than Semeru.
No, this!
Pause 1 to pause 7 is like an ordeal. I really hope it will end fast. I was thinking to give up halfway, but I know I can do it. So I just keep pushing.
Oh, we are in camp 4. Post 4.
I want to go!
From post 1 to post 7 is like constant incline climbing. Yeah, so you feel more shaky.
I don't know how to eat their hand because my hand is like too big for my mouth.
Yeah, 90 kg no problem.
We have to use our hands to grab on the roots of the tree to climb up. Like keep going that for like 1,000 meters.
My leg feels great. No, lucky thing. Actually quite swan. Finally reaching camp 7. Easier than Semeru, right? No.
Like night fell and it was damn cold.
We thought like, oh, it's quite early, maybe you can sleep until like 1 a.m, which is not too bad. Then it took out this tent, which kind of looks like a 3-man tent. So I am about 180 cm, MK is about 185 cm, then Ian is like slightly overweight, and then Nick is like normal. So all 4 of us have to squeeze into this 3-man tent, and then plus all our bags. My head was touching the top of the tent, and my feet was touching the base of the tent. And then I couldn't even sleep in a straight line. So I was thinking, wow, MK, I think even more jialat than me.
I really don't like Nick. Every time I see him, I will suffer.
I remember sleeping there at around 9 o'clock. I woke up at 11 when I asked Gabriel what time is it. He said 11. I got shocked my life. I can't believe I had to sleep for until like what 3 a.m. To start climbing again.
Volcanic ash.
Yeah, with jelly. Absolutely. taste this. Not sweet.
So it was 3 a.m. It was like pitch black. Then we just put on our headlamps and just continue walking. Then the terrain is the same as the first day. So you have to like grab the roots and climb some parts where you have to be on all fours. And it was just like the same thing for at least, I think 5 hours.
We'll left leg go up first. Yeah, there's a nice one there. Left leg go as high up as you can. Yes.
It's not stable.
I think the highlight came after our first night on the mountains. After post 7, whereby we need to don on our harnesses and our carabiners and start walking. Whereby we actually had to apply the skills that I've learned in abseiling and rock wall to overcome the terrain itself. Yeah, so I was quite excited that I can put my skills into practice. Yeah. So in fact, after post 7, I start to, wow, this is fun. Let's go. And then I start to actually be in front rather than be lagging behind anymore.
Yeah, so during the summit push, I was dehydrated, had a lack of sleep. Yeah, so I had trouble going up.
And eventually we got to what I thought was the summit because there was a flag. But no, it wasn't. So I got to the summit and then I asked them, are we done yet? What happens now? Then they said, oh, we still have to cross to the summit. Then I was like, oh, so this is not the summit. And they pointed to the separate mountain and there was this ridge between the mountains and they said, oh, now we are going to cross that. And I was like, oh my god. Like,
so the first thing we crossed was this very narrow like ridgeway. So I thought that was bad. So that's the part where we had to climb up a few rocks, and then there was a few drops where if you drop right, I think there's a high chance you are dead. So I walked in front there, I try and slowly guide them, like those that never really rock climb before, then I try to point out to them where's the foothold and everything. So I just we had to scramble up this part that if you drop, I guess you're also dead. So they had a rope that they put through our harness, through a carabiner, and then onto like one bolt in the wall.
Who this? Okay.
Yeah. I did. Typically, I do one mountain trek a year, at least lah. And in the past 5 years, right, this is got to be the toughest mountain that I've encountered.
Yeah, just pull. Just pull it. You don't need to hold the rope. Just pull it. It's safe. Nice. Doon aja. Iya. Lepasan sumbernya, terus kamu belok sini. Bisa. Karabinnya lepasan. Lepas.
And this summit push seemingly is like almost equal the amount of hours of climb, and I only had to like only 1 liter of water for me myself.
The rope is attached to the ground like using pitons, and then like it's so loose to the point that you can use your hand and shake. So if you fall, I'm not even sure if like it can catch you.
wow. Actually, when I saw the ridge, there were two things in my mind. One was, I think this is actually dangerous, guys. are we really going to do this? And the other thing was, but to get to the top there and to get to the ridge, you have to climb down again. So it's not like, it's like more work. Yeah, but then anyway, we did it lah.
It's only 2 feet wide. And this time both sides are like drops.
So as we're going along, we start to see really some of us really like can still push on. PeiMun and Gwen was like superpower. Gwen is like charging along the way, and PeiMun is just like full of power, just go. MK was just like hogging that stuff, getting ready. He's still constantly slow, but very constant. Gabriel was like, as if he lived in the mountain, antelope. Nick was like sleep deprived, dehydrated, lack of cigarettes, I think. So he probably like just like struggling to go up.
Thought that I don't want to waste all this time traveling, so I just try to push myself to the summit.
It's nice to see how the team work. Although I come in as a total stranger, I only know Ian, and the rest of them are first time I met. But it's nice to see how each one of us actually assisted one another and cover for all shortcomings.
So from there, we still weren't sure whether Nick was gonna make it up. Like there was some point where he was just sitting at the corner, then he looked like he was just emoing, he was like exhausted, he was just tired. Then Gwen was just like sleeping everywhere.
One broke the wrist, one forever sleeping. Anywhere also can sleep. Time to submit also sleep. Now wake up already.
Gabriel was very nice. He like walked behind me all the way, and then he was very patient, and we took eternity.
So until we finally reached this valley, then it was really quite a nice place. It kind of felt like you were in the mountains rather than looking at the mountains from afar. So you have this sense of like awe of the mountain. It was really a very nice place. Then the guy was like, "Come on guys, like only 20 minutes more." Then he pointed at the peak. Then it looks like this. It looks like what you see in like Pentagon, yeah.
And it was actually nice. Like when we sat down there, it actually felt a bit like Lord of the Rings.
And when Nick was severely dehydrated, all of us actually are also dehydrated, but we know that he's in a more dire situation, and we actually offered our drink to him, even though we also need the thing. And I think that's what it is like when a group of people, even your strangers, go onto a trekking trip.
Nice.
This is how it feels like to be old, and then you have pains in your body that you cannot control, and it just like creaks and groans and tortures you with every step that you take. Because I was really like, dear God, like, can you please like make the path straight?
On the way to summit, I don't feel tired. I feel, even though it's dangerous, I feel it's fun too. Like different kind of experience through the climb.
Go! Go! 90! Okay.
So after we reached the summit, it was beautiful.
All in all, very diverse experience for a mountain summit trek. One of the best so far.
And true enough, when we got to the summit, I was like, okay, I have seen the crater. It is very hot. Let's go down, guys. And no, they were all like everywhere, and I don't know what was happening, but I was like, oh no, it's so hot. Let's just leave this place. But I just went to sleep.
Thank you again. Okay, again. I'll go pro. Next.
Scary Mountain. Great trip.
And I was surprised how everyone continued to push themselves even though like we had lack of water, but just I think like because everyone just wanted to submit. Yeah, no one wanted to go back telling people that they didn't submit the mountain. Yeah, I think it's a very not the best feeling.